Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a getting ready with me, which is obviously why I'm very plain faced right now. But the main reason why I wanted to film this getting ready is because I wanted to play with the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, which is their holiday release for the 2017 holiday season coming up. I just wanted to get my hands and play with these colors, so I'm going to go ahead and film more or less a getting ready with me, maybe a little bit of a chit chat, I'm not really sure. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my eyes first, just because I have no real clue what way I want to go about doing my face today. So I'm going to start with my eyes first, and because I'm being super janky, I'm going to use a concealer to set my eyes because I don't have a eyeshadow primer. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio, and I'm just in a light shade. I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm just going to put it on my lid, only so that way it's a little bit more flesh tone, and because I have a lot of weird like pigmentation in my eyelid. I have these really noticeable veins up at the top of my eyelid, a little bit of discoloration like by my eyebrow. So I'm just going to use a concealer because I'm cheap and haven't bought a new eyeshadow primer, and concealer works just as well. Always, I'm just using my ring finger because that's a little bit softer of a pad to work with, especially around the eye area. I'm also going to go ahead and do my brows now too, just because they are a little ruly and wild, and that way just this part we'll focus on for right now, and then we'll just do the rest of it later. My brows, I'm just going to go ahead and shape them into place using a E.l.f. brow and comb brush. One girl needs to get her brows done in the worst way possible, but because my eyebrow girl works a crazy busy schedule because she works 2 jobs, I've been kind of at my own hands doing them. And she has yelled at me to say, like, don't ever take tweezers to your brows or she'll kill me, so I'm just kind of patiently waiting. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Gimme Brow by Benefit. I'm in shade number 3, and it's just enough of a cover to kind of make sure that everything's all in place. I get a little bit like kind of patchy up in this part of the brow, and this just kind of helps put everything in place. I get like these weird little patches like on the kind of the arch of my brow. I don't know if that's years of waxing or the way that the hair just simply grows on my brow, but needless to say, that's how I fix it. And with the Prism palettes, I don't know how I want to start, and I don't know what kind of look I want to do today. The first thing I want to do is I want to go in with the shade Eden, which is this really pretty like corally color up here, and I want to go with that in my crease to kind of just start something, the start of something new. So I'm going to take Eden. I'm using my Vasanti contour eyeshadow brush number 4, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put this right in that crease area. I have really no idea what I'm doing with my eye today. I kind of want to do something a little bit neutral because I do have plans afterwards, and I have some errands I have to run, so I don't want to do anything too crazy. But already these shadows are so pigmented, and a little does really go a long way, and they are blending really nicely as I just stick myself in the eye with it. That Anastasia has really kind of came over under a lot of scrutiny lately, especially with the Subculture palette. Now, I was somebody who did not buy the Subculture palette, and that was only because the colors didn't necessarily speak to me like the Modern Renaissance did, or like the Mario Master palette, which I didn't buy, but those colors really kind of spoke to me. And I didn't buy the Subculture because with all the scrutiny and everything, it kind of undercame. I just didn't want to spend the money on it. But this formula is very similar to what the Modern Renaissance palette is, which we know is an all-time favorite of mine. I'm going to go in with the shade Saturn, which is this kind of a little bit more of a warmer color than what Eden is. And I'm going to go in with my Luxie 231 small tapering brush. Pack that in the same area, focusing it more in the inner crease. Now to just kind of clean it up, I'm going to take a clean blending brush. I'm using my Elizabeth Mott just to kind of like soften those edges up a little bit, because I want to play with some more colors in here. Still want to continue deepening up this inner corner, so I'm going to go in with the shade Parallel, which is this really kind of cool brown shade, and I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a detailed, you know what? Let's go in with that Vasanti, the same brush I used the shade Saturn with, and I'm going to take Parallel very lightly and kind of pack it in there. Oh boy. I'm also going to go ahead and take it down a little bit too to kind of smoke it on that lower lash line. Next shade I want to go in with is I want to play a little bit with those sparkle shades. So I'm going to go in with the shade, let's go in with the shade Sphinx here. And I kind of want to play with this a little bit more in that crease, and I'm going to be a little daring with this one. And I'm going to just take kind of a very tapered brush. This is actually an old Urban Decay brush that came with the Naked palette. I kind of try to create a little bit of a crease here using some glitter because I'm feeling ballsy apparently. So being that I'm using this with a dry brush, it's not really giving me any kind of definition. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of setting spray and trying to maybe pack a little bit more of a punch with the glitter. There we go. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger to really kind of build up that color. Take my setting spray, and then I'm going to go pick up Pyramid with just a e.l.f. shadow brush. And I'm going to try to pop this right in the inner corner here to kind of play with those glitters. Oh my god, this is like liquid gold. This is so pretty. I'm kind of popping that right into the inner corner, blending it in with that shade Sphinx to let them just have a moment on my eye right now. Since I think I'm missing some colors in this between range, I'm going to take the shade Saturn again, and I'm going to take that fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of build that color up because it just looks like that there's some space missing between the two. Plus it brings back some of that warmth that we lost. That's why I shouldn't be allowed to play with palettes, because I create all a bunch of different kinds of looks and none of them really work out well. But I really screwed up my eyeballs. We're gonna go ahead next and just line our lid. And for my eyeliner today, I'm gonna be using the Eyeko Skinny Liquid eyeliner. I'm not happy with this eye look, but it'll do for the time being. We go ahead and curl my lashes and then go in with the They're Real from Benefit mascara. So now for the rest of my face, I'm just going to go about my regular routine, and then I will be back to do my final thoughts on the Prism palette. This is the final look I created using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette, and I have to say I'm really impressed. It was very similar to the consistency of the Modern Renaissance palette, which we know is the true OG when it comes to ABH's palettes. It's got the same kind of consistency. The powders really blended really nicely together. The glitters were really pigmented after using a little bit of help with the setting spray. And I think in general, it's just a good holiday pickup for somebody who loves eyeshadow palettes. You can create a bunch of different looks with this, and now this is just a very neutral look that I would wear every day. I might create more looks with this using like all of the colors inside of here. But in all, yeah, I'm definitely going to give this a 10 out of 10 stars. Thumbs up, fire flame emojis. I'm just really very pleased with this palette. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's always truly appreciated. If you like my videos and if you like my content, and if you like me, feel free to subscribe by hitting the button down below and getting notified when I post new get readies with me. Yeah, so thanks again guys. Take care. Love you always. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.